Alrighty, guys, it's time to talk about religion. We have Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Chinese folk religion, Sikhism, I think I'm saying that right, Sikhism. We have Judaism, Baha'i faith, ethical system, Jainism, that's a non-violent faith. I'm going to look into that. That sounds fascinating. Shito, that's Japanese, obviously. Zoroastrianism, I can't pronounce these. This is ancient Persian faith, Roman Catholic, Christian denomination. We have Protestantism, Reformed Christianity. We have, what is this? This is a Hindu. This is Vishnnavism. And we have Shaivism. Guys, it keeps going. It keeps going. I mean, we have so many religions. They talk about atheism, non-belief perspective. I don't know, guys. I mean, an atheist, I still don't understand what that means. A non-belief of what? A non-belief of man-made religions that were written by men? And they don't talk about the Greek gods in here at all. We as human beings are thinking creatures. We think. And we do think we're so wonderful, so great, and so powerful people. We have wars. We have all kinds of economic problems. And as people, we try to understand. We are reasonable creatures. And we do feel we're better than the dogs and the cats and the squirrels and the bears and the lions and the tigers. But I want to talk about religion. Religion is written by men, started by men to explain a deity, something bigger and greater than them. We have to. We have to believe there's something out there bigger than we are, right? Christians? And we do. We do. Now, in all of these I'm looking at, I wish I could tell you more about it. But, it's not one of my passions to research all of these. But I dare say that Christianity is one of the most marketing type religions. And the fact, and I'm sorry guys, I'm not doing well today. What is this? I want to look at this. This atheism really has me completely confused. The French word is derived from athegodless, atheist, which is turned from the Greek atheist. I don't understand this. Why can't I worship the weather, the rain, the snow, the heat, the cool, the green grass? Why can I not worship the beauty of life? Why can I not worship love for one another? We have to have a God. We have to have a deity, something bigger and better than we are. And why? My peer specialist keeps saying, you do believe in a power greater than yourself. Of course, the police department, judges, our government is much bigger than me. Yes, there's a power greater. But, Call me atheist if you want to. I don't understand atheism. I really don't understand the definition of it. Godless of what? Whose God are you godless of? Now, the reason why I make these, let's see, atheism is a broadcast sense of an absence of belief in the existence of deities. That makes sense. Okay, I can buy that. Less broadly, atheism is a rejection of belief that any deities exist in an even narrow sense. Atheist is specifically the position that there are no deities. That fascinates me. That fascinates me. The philosophers, Aristotle and some of the early philosophers of thought, but we're thinking creatures. You know, dogs and cats and animals and bears and bats that fly around, birds. Do you think, what is this? I don't know what this is. I got Wi-Fi, so it pops up on my phone here. The whole thing is that none of these animals care if there's a deity. So, in other words, what I'm understanding is that cats, dogs, birds, squirrels, raccoons, possums, foxes, bears, animals in general, why don't they believe in a deity? Oh, because they're not thinking human beings. Of course, guys, exactly right. They're not thinking human beings. They live a life, and I can hear Christians now going, well, that's what God gave them to live off the land. Guys, animals are so much more superior than human beings. Much more superior. They don't need to go to a grocery store. They don't need money. When's the last time you saw a squirrel go into a grocery store and buy food? When's the last time you saw a bear go to McDonald's and get a hamburger? You know, and I always say that it really fascinates me that human beings that worship a specific deity claim that they're superior over animals. Human beings are superior over animals because we're thinking human beings. And our thinking has got us in deep doo-doo, deep, deep trouble. Deep trouble. And one day it is going to be our thinking that is going to end the world. And it's not going to be Jesus coming back to earth, Christians. We're going to destroy our own world. And we will. We will, because we're thinking human beings. And the poor animals are the ones that are going to have to suffer for human ignorance. Human ignorance. I've always said that I'm no greater than animals that walk the face of the earth. And I'm not. Because they're more superior than I am, because they can live without money. They can live without a house. You know, when's the last time you saw a bear build a house in a suburb and move in? You know. So, I mean, like I said, am I anti-atheist? Sometimes I'm anti-human beings because we think we're all that. And what's her name again? I forgot her name. Melissa Doherty. We think we're all that. We're all intelligent theologians. We're all intelligent, aren't we? But what I want you to do, guys, I want you to go out into a park and watch the squirrels. Watch the birds flying over you. Watch the hawk and the eagle. Now, dogs and cats are dependent on human beings because they're domesticated. But feral cats do quite well. I remember when I lived over in an apartment complex, there were feral cats. And I had a girl over there was so much into cats, and she'd try to tame these feral cats. And they have actually people here that collect these feral cats to try to get them into more domesticated so they become human beings' pets. I'm having a good time because, guys, I do these vlogs to let people know that you really think you're all that, don't you? You really do think you're all that. You're so great. Melissa Doherty, David Pakman, and some of these other guys. You think you're all that. You think you're so wonderful. You think you're so intelligent. Oh, I got my graduate degree. I got my PhD. Yeah, I'm even a medical doctor. I am a superior. Guys, when are you going to wake up and realize that you're just part of life? That's all you are, is part of life. And that animals are much more superior than you are because they can live on nothing. Can you? No, you can't. And you know, like I said, guys, once I had to retire because I can't work because of my health, I began to look at human beings and trains of thought and education and theologians and philosophers. And the fact remains that we are going to be our own doom, guys. We'll be our own doom. We really will. So if you think you're all that, be a little more humble and look at the animals because they don't need money. They don't need to go to the grocery store to buy groceries. Thanks for listening.